Hey there guys, what is going on? We have just had the patch notes for Season 4 drop on us. We have basically had this confirmed right now that Captain Price is definitely going to be in this with this particular image here. There is that same image of Scrapyard is still present in this text here, which is very, very exciting. And we have a bunch of different stuff in the patch notes. Like, I have read this a little bit here and there isn't an awful lot of new information about any of the new guns and stuff like that. They probably wanted to just have that be a bit of a surprise within the battle pass and stuff like that. So there's no details or anything about that within this particular patch notes reading, but we're still going to go over a lot of different stuff here anyway because there is exciting new stuff. Just before we do get into talking about a bunch of the new stuff that is involved in the Season 4 patch notes, just want to make sure that you guys do subscribe if you are new around here, of course, to stay up to date with all of these new Season 4 content that is definitely going to be dropping from me. We're going to be dropping new class setups on all of the new weapons that are being dropped, so including the Fennec, which is the Vector from memory, and the Galil, which I'm not 100% sure of the name of just yet. Hopefully we do find out very, very soon when the patch does actually go live. We can start downloading it and so on. So yeah, make sure you do subscribe if you are new around here, of course, so you don't miss out on any of the new up-to-date content with Season 4. Starting with the What's New tab, we do have new weapon mastery challenges. Once you have unlocked gold for a weapon mastery challenges do become available, and there is 8 challenges per weapon. Basically, you can get different player cards and different emblems that are up for grabs. There are some headshot challenges, some kill challenges, and 4 additional challenges that must be done in order. Completing all the challenges for 51 weapons awards a badass special sticker and player card. So if you are finishing your Damascus sort of grind at the moment, you've got some obsidian camos and stuff like that, and you're working towards these sort of last sort of mastery camos. Like, obsidian does take a long time, and if you do have obsidian for literally every weapon in the game, might be time to find a different game. Anyway, it's always good to have new content and stuff like that out and available while this stuff is going on. It's very, very interesting to see. They're pretty much adding new challenges and stuff all of the time. We do have Warzone in-match events. Events can occur during Warzone Battle Royale matches that have an impact on the strategy and approach to gameplay. Events can happen in any given match without advance notice. When they do happen, events will always occur mid-game, after the first drop kit and before the gulag closes. Only one type of event will occur, and these types of events include jailbreak, fire sale, and a supply chopper. When jailbreak occurs, all players that have been eliminated will be released back into the match, whether you were waiting for your 1v1 or had been relegated to a spectator. That's pretty interesting. It creates a little bit of a different sort of design if loads of people come in. Say the halfway point, it's going to be very interesting and allow you to get a lot more kills. You do get a 1-minute notice before a jailbreak event happens to find additional armor or secure a weapon for your returning teammates. That's pretty cool. Like, jailbreak events are going to be pretty interesting in Warzone, make it a little bit of an interesting dynamic. You'll be able to get loads more kills when people do drop in all at the same time. Be mindful that when a jailbreak occurs, it's not just your teammates, but also tons of additional enemies. So yeah, that'll be way, way easier to rack up loads and loads of kills. I'm still not a massive fan of Warzone at the moment. Like, it's just sort of something that sort of passed me by. Unfortunately, I missed out on like a week of playing it, and then suddenly the whole game had changed. Like, there was these bunkers and stuff, and I don't know, it just seems a little bit different to me now. A fire sale is an in-game event that temporarily discounts most of the items in the buy station by up to 80%, or even gives out items for free. That's a pretty good example of a fire sale is in Zombies, when stuff becomes very, very cheap or even free. Very, very cool. So a fire sale is a perfect time to pick up a UAV, armor box for your squad, or even a lethal kill streak. Buying back a fallen teammate's completely free while this is active, and if you are short on in-game cash, a fire sale might be the best chance to redeploy a squad mate. Note that even during a fire sale, loader drops are not discounted. That makes sense. That's probably a pretty good balancing decision to just not make them like completely free. Still having the cost attached to them will give you some reason to still like get after cash and not just wait for a fire sale to come up. Last 60 seconds, so expect buy stations to be crowded. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And a supply chopper brings a non-lethal but heavily armored helicopter to the area. The helicopter will have a lot of health, but it will require a few rounds of bullets and maybe a rocket or two to bring it down. It won't shoot at you, but while you're distracted, teammates, or enemy teams rather, will take advantage. Once you destroy the supply chopper, it will drop high quality loot, which is pretty cool. Includes 3 UAVs, 2 armor boxes, ammo boxes, gas mask, nade launcher, and tons of cash. That's pretty cool. So once these do come in, loads of people will head towards them, making them a very, very valuable target for a decent squad. Like, if you manage to get hold of one of these, you're going to be a very, very powerful and dangerous squad for the rest of the game. And contraband contract system. Contraband is a new rare contract with a permanent blueprint reward. Contraband contracts have a chance to spawn after a previous contract is completed. If you see the contraband briefcase, hurry up and pick it up. Once you do have it, take it to this spot and then call in the helicopter. The player carrying the briefcase must deposit it, and then if you do kill a player carrying this briefcase, you can get your contract completed. So basically you just do this contract a little bit different, and then you get a blueprint reward, which is pretty cool. Next, we do appear to have announced a new ground war map of Barraquette Promenade, which I believe would probably be the promenade that's in Warzone? I mean, it'd have to be, right? Most of the other, or all of the other Ground War maps are in Warzone. So I imagine that's close to like the Promenade sort of long street area, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. We've got Trench Mosh Pit 2v2, Scrapyard 24/7. So again, confirming that Scrapyard is going to be our new map in the new season, which is very, very exciting. Blueprint Gunfight, which we have seen before. In Warzone, we've got quads, trios, duos, and solos. That is literally all of the available options. Blood Money and the Warzone Rumble, which is brand new. 2 teams of 50 players, which is what we did speculate a little while ago when they did add, or something was data mined where it came up as like massive team deathmatch or something like that. So this is probably what they were referring to. Big teams sort of fighting it out like Fortnite style, as we may have seen in other previous games. That's kind of very, very cool. I like to see big game modes like that. It's easy for people who are kind of bad at the game to get a W in that particular circumstance. We have modified special operations, which we don't really care about too much because, I mean, special operations aren't super interesting. The download size is going to be very large. In order to reduce the overall disk space that Modern Warfare and Warzone take up, we're compressing a bunch of assets. Once installed, the Season 4 launch will only take up an additional 4 gigabytes of consoles or on consoles for all the new content. We're continuing to sweep all assets to make size reductions where we can, and also further optimize future patches for size. If helpful, one reminder for console players, you can uninstall the content packs for modes you are not playing. That's very interesting. So if you are on the console and it is taking up an enormously large amount of your game, I think you'd be able to uninstall the campaign if you're not playing it anymore, or you haven't played it, or you don't care. And I think you might even be able to uninstall these special operations modes if you aren't playing them. Basically, so you can just keep like Warzone multiplayer if you're interested. So to free up some space on the console, which is pretty important because this game is very, very large now, especially since I don't actually know the exact download size, but it's supposed to be quite large. So we'll see what happens basically. We've also received some general bug fixes where we fixed some players for not receiving their Season 3 emblems, some error codes and stuff like that. Fixed for the Ghost perk, not hiding players from heartbeat sensors. Fixed an issue where some players were unable to activate a nuke. That would be heart crushing. Like, imagine if you did get the 30 kill streak, got the nuke, and could not activate it for whatever reason. That would be absolutely devastating. Fixed for an issue where some players could face long wait times when attempting to load into Ground War matches. That could possibly be because no one really plays Ground War, but you know. We've got various exploits across the maps fixed. Neutral hardpoints were appearing yellow instead of grey, nothing too severe. Fixed for an exploit where players could sometimes call in duplicate UAVs. Okay. Added new weapon perks to the Specialist bonus. The bonus earned after getting 8 kills while Specialist active. Frangible Disabling, Frangible Wounding, Mo Money, Recon, Heavy Hitter, FMJ, and Presence of Mind. That's interesting. So they've actually made a pretty large buff to the Specialist bonus. So I was actually going to do a little bit of a video testing out whether the Specialist bonus was actually worth getting, like over regular kill streaks. And apparently it's a little bit better off now with all of these extra perks or sort of weapon perks being added. That's kind of interesting. I do like to see that. Several bugs and stuff like that getting fixed. You do enjoy seeing that a lot. Hopefully some of these will improve some of your games. Improve stability fixes for PC. Well, we'll see. They say that literally every time, and it doesn't come up sometimes. Sometimes it makes it even worse. As far as weapon balancing goes, there's not really an awful lot. It's a little bit sad and unfortunate. Lowered ammo count for reload warning on belt-fed LMGs. I thought they did that already. Apparently they mustn't have actually put it in the game. They put it in the patch notes, but they didn't put it in the game. And fixed a bug with the HDR and sleight of hand where reloading would not give ammo to the player. That's a little bit annoying, but again, not something that I've ever come across. We do have a loot update to Warzone, new weapons and updated blueprints. Be on the lookout for the Fennec, which is a confirmation of the Vector being added to the game. The CR56 AMAX, which I'm guessing is the Galil. I'm guessing from the top of my head. I'm not 100% sure on that though. The Renetti and more, of course. Bugs and stuff like that again within Warzone. Super great to have those cleared up. After completing the contraband mission and calling in the extract helicopter, players could shoot down the helicopter without receiving hit markers and the helicopter would remain on screen indefinitely. That's super dumb. Nothing super interesting there. And more stuff with the special operations that we don't really care about too much. Anyway, guys, Season 4 is well and truly upon us and does come out very, very soon, a little while after this video is set to drop. So hopefully you do get up to date with all of the content by subscribing and leaving a like. If you are interested in any of that content that we will have coming up, we're going to be doing class setup guides on the new guns, reviews of the new maps and stuff like that, taking a look at how to level up your battle pass. We do have loads of videos lined up very, very soon, so do stick around for that. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you out there on the battlefield in Season 4. Bye!